2019 Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Out back here at Safeco Field, game 2 of this 3-game set on 4th of July. Mike Leake taking the mound here in Seattle. We'll go through the Angels starting lineup, and a little different looking lineup than we've grown accustomed to over the last several seasons. Game number 87, and the Angels, as we mentioned, at even 543 and 43. Cole Calhoun leading things off at right. Simmons in the number 2 spot. He's a shortstop. Trout in center field. Upton, the cleanup hitter at left. Pujols drops down to the number 5 spot for the first time since 2001 as a rookie. Ohtani at DH, Val Buena's at third, Maldonado behind the plate. David Fletcher today gets a start at second base. It's the Ballpark, California native, 30-year-old right-hander Leake on the mound, making his 18th start.
Yeah, my keys, my go-tos for the Angels to be successful against Mike Leake this afternoon. You have to be aggressive, tracking pitches at the knees. You look at the numbers for hitters versus pitches at the knees against Leake this season. A lot of red. That means they're hitting the ball very well to all fields on those pitches in the lower part of the strike. So track them and drive them as much as possible.
First one out of the zone against Cole Calhoun. Comes in batting 171 with 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Cole last night ended up going 1 for 3. Picked up a double after replacing Chris Young in right field. Young on the disabled list with a hamstring issue. And Mike Scioscia saying that he's going to be out for a while. Tyler Skaggs on the 10-day DL with an adductor strain. Cole bounces this one toward first base. Healy gives up on it, so it's D. Gordon, and then out at first.
Real close.
A little miscommunication there between Healy and Gordon. Scioscia is going to have the guys take a look at it downstairs.
A lot of times the runner itself will give you a pretty good indication he felt he beat that, and right now Mike Scioscia is not going to challenge that. So just got that baseball to the glove before the foot hits the base. Good recovery by D. Gordon to get rid of that quick. Good on the transfer.
1 out, nobody on for Andrelton Simmons. Simmons at 318 on the season. 6 home runs and 39 runs batted in. Homered last night. His only hit went 1 for 4.
And Leake works very quickly. 87-91 his fastball, throw a slider, cutter, curveball, and changeup. A lot of off-speed pitches, not a lot of fastballs.
Oh, 2. He's kind of like a reverse Wade LeBlanc in that right-handed, throws a lot of breaking stuff. You try to pull him, you're going to be you're asking for trouble.
Exactly. It's very, very important to use the whole field against him. He will throw that cutter in against lefties. The cutter for righties will try to indoor. He'll throw that at the hitter and then bring it back like that.
2 down. Take a look at the Mariners on the defensive side of things, and it looks like this with Gamble on left. Already in center. Haniger is in right. Seager and Segura on the left side. Gordon, Healy on the right. Herman gets a start behind the plate.
And Heredia has been really solid in 41 starts in center field. He has no errors in that position so far this season. Second best as far as no errors behind Mike Trout with 72 games, 41 starts, no errors. And we know he's got a very good throwing arm, and he covers a lot of ground out there.
Trout 0 for 4 last night, couple of strikeouts. Check that. 1 walk, 0 for 3. Lifted out to right. Long run for Haniger toward the foul line. Into foul territory. Has it go off his glove and then bangs into that fence. Hopefully he's all right.
See how far he's got to go. He's trying to track it and try to keep an eye on where that wall is going to be. That's a short wall. If you run into that, serious discomfort if you do so. He's trying to go at an angle where the contact itself of the wall wouldn't be as painful, but still ran very hard into it.
0-2 count on Trout.
Trout an even 500 career hitter against Leake. You would think so, especially we talked about as far as go-tos. A lot of pitches on the lower part of the strike zone, and Trout crushes low strikes.
Calvin Baines at 1-2. John coming to the plate today with a .454 on base percentage. Check swing. Did not go. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, very similar to the pitch that got Simmons at sinker inside.
It's not going to be a strike. It's going to be off the plate. But he does pitch inside pretty effectively.
Lifted the foul side of first base. Healy running out of room. Brian Gorman, the crew chief, calling balls and strikes today. Mike Michlinski at first base. Adrian Johnson at second. Trip Gibson, who was behind the plate last night, over at third.
I thought Trip Gibson was very, very consistent last night. Not a lot of disagreements with the hitters or the pitchers last night. Pretty good little battle here. A lot of pitches away. Showed a couple fastballs in off the plate.
Full count.
So far, really good at bat for Trout when you think about it, behind 0-2.
Payoff on the way. Trout drives this one out towards center field. Heredia moving over. Curls around. Angels down in order here in the top of the first. To the bottom of the first we go. Garrett Richards returns off the DL. We're scoreless. A gorgeous day with a good crowd on hand. We'll take a look at Scott Service, his lineup for the Seattle Mariners. A half game back in the American League West. Gordon will lead things off at second. Segura's short. Haniger's in right. Cruz to DH. Seager's at third. Healy at first. Ben Gamble gets a start today in left field. Chris Herman behind the dish. And Guillermo Heredia batting ninth, playing center field. Garrett Richards on the DL with a hamstring issue. Making his 15th start of the season. He's 4-4 with 3.42 ERA.
Yeah, we talked about how well he has thrown over his last 10 starts against Seattle. 5-2 with a 2.43 ERA. Fastball is going to be 95 to 97, even 98 miles an hour, and a very good sharp slider and curveball from Richards.
First one way upstairs for ball one. Gordon went 1 for 4, had a single. Seattle a total of 6 hits. The Angels 4 in the 4-1 loss for the Halos. Side foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
See by that swing by Gordon, he's just trying to utilize that speed, put the ball in play. had pretty good success in his career versus Richards. 6 for 15. That's a 400 batting average for D. Gordon against Richards.
Two balls, two strikes, hard slider from Garrett. One rehab start for Richards. That was on the 29th of June.
See where Gordon, he's choking up the bat. He's just trying to make contact, put the ball on the ground and utilize his speed. It's tough to do that when you have deal with a hard slider though.
Base hit to right field. Pulled over to cut it off. Gordon will stop right there as Calhoun gets that baseball in quickly.
Even though that base hit by Gordon, another solid approach against Richards. My go-tos for Garrett Richards to be successful here today is think in terms of 90% of fastball effort. That means don't overthrow the fastball. Stay within yourself. Good command. Get those ground ball outs. He'll get a lot of those when he doesn't overthrow the fastball. And then when you get a chance to get ahead, feel for that slider and curve. Just a 117 batting average both of those breaking balls, whether it's a slider or curve ball, will be very important. He's been outstanding as far as getting a lot of swing and misses with his curve versus lefties and a hard slider versus righties.
Man on, now you got to pay attention to Gordon. Segura bouncing this one to third. Valbuena comes up with it, fires to Fletcher for one. Relay back to first, a double play. He'll take that on one pitch.
Again, he's a ground ball pitcher that has outstanding stuff that can get a swing and miss. Good play by Valbuena. What a turn by Fletcher. That was quick. Segura runs down the line very well himself. Hit well. And a quick feed and transfer. Get rid of that baseball quickly. Easily gets Segura at first base. 5-4-3 double play. That's a 9th double play turn behind Richards this season.
Haniger takes a strike. Breaking ball. Mariner right fielder hitting 270. 17 home runs, 62 runs batted in. Garrett making his third start against Seattle this season. So far, 1-0. A 2.08 ERA, but just a total of 8 2/3 innings, those two starts combined.
That's a good under control fastball there, Victor. When you look at home, you think 90%. That means sometimes he overthrows the fastball at 90%. It's still going to be firm, but he locates it much, much better.
Down goes Haniger, foul tips that one into the mid. And Richards faces the minimum 3 courtesy of that double play ball. We'll head to the second with no score. things off, followed by Pujols and Ohtani. It's 4th of July. Great hat giveaway. They give it to most of the fans here. Another good crowd. Had over 38,000 last night, the opener of the series. Upton hitting .252, 17 home runs, 44 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night, a couple of strikeouts. Halos had some opportunities against Wade LeBlanc last night, ended up going 0 for 5 with men in scoring position. As a team now at .245 in those situations this season. 2-1-1. This one's lifted. The right side, Gordon out on the outfield grass. Puts it away, 1 down. There's Albert. Albert batting in the number 5 spot. Last start batting in the 5th spot was July 24th, 2001 as a member of the Cardinals against the Astros. He started in right field that day. Takes downstairs. Trying to figure something out on the offensive side of things for the Angels.
A little bit better balance too if Albert can get going again. He's had pretty decent success against Leake. 5 for 16. .313 batting average. Good fastball count now. And cut fastball instead.
Two on. This one's pulled to third. Seager's got it. 2 outs.
Tell you what, Albert's hit a lot of baseballs right on the barrel of the bat this season. We showed that stat a couple of weeks ago as far as how many baseballs he's hit. At least 95 plus miles per hour exit velocity off his bat. That one hit very well, and Seager be able to grab it.
Shohei in his return last night went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Shoots this one down the line, but slice is foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Still looking for that first home run on the road this season. That's that pitch he's going to have to be aware of from Leake the whole game, is that cutter off the plate in. Other than that, plays right into Shohei Ohtani's swing and swing path where Leake throws the baseball. See that one cutter in off the plate opened up that outer part of the plate on that changeup.
Full count.
And if he sticks with the pattern, he's going to go something slow down and away now.
Shift on against Ohtani, 3-2, and that's foul back.
And my Hyundai key for the game today for the Angels to be successful against Leake and the Mariners. Temple the Dogs were going with reach down. That means lower part of the strike zone throughout this entire game against Leake. You will get some ground balls, but you got to track down and try to lift those sinkers and all speed pitches at the knees.
Another 3-2. Ohtani flips it down the left field line, out of play. Valbuena on deck.
Gamma plays a very shallow left field. He's getting pitched away, Ohtani. He can hit the ball very well to that part of the field.
That's catcher's interference. On a pitch outside, Herman went reaching for it. Ohtani was swinging, so contact made, an error on Herman. Ohtani will reach, doesn't get charged with a plate appearance.
He's trying to make contact with that pitch, ends up making good contact with a catcher's mitt. Actually hit the catcher's mitt and then the baseball.
So Valbuena will bat. First base runner of the game for the Angels with 2 outs here in the second. Luis back at third base. 211 batting average. Takes downstairs.
And with Ohtani not pitching for a while here, he does have good speed. He has 1 stolen base, although it's very difficult to steal a bag against the league. He's only allowed 1 stolen base in 3 attempts this season. He's quick to the plate and a very good move.
1 ball, 1 strike. Luis 2 for 20 out on this road trip. 6 doubles on the season, 9 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Ohtani on the move, a little bouncer to Healy. It's foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shohei back to first. Gordon out at shallow right field. Segura on the right side. One, 2. Tied him up. No score here in the second inning. A prolonged plate appearance with Ohtani. Actually reaching on the catcher's interference, and Luis shoots one down the left field line.
What a good swing that was.
This will allow Ohtani to come all the way home, I would imagine, easily rounding third. 1-0 Angels. A double by Luis Valbuena.
Good to see those strides going around the bases for Ohtani, but an even better swing and approach for Luis Valbuena. He saw that pitch away, didn't try to pull it. Hits that ball hard to left field, drives in the run all the way from first base. Shohei Ohtani scores after getting to the first base on a catcher's interference. Off speed, didn't try to pull it, stayed back on that one well. Good swing for Valbuena. His 9th, I think that is 7th double of the season, 29th RBI.
Man in scoring position for Martin Maldonado. Maldonado had a double down the right field line at his first at bat last night. Finished the game going 1 for 3.
Maldonado with 368. Hitter this season with runners in scoring position. Shohei Ohtani scored all the way from first base.
His first career catcher's interference. This is for doing all kinds of milestones nowadays. 0-2 pitch. Maldonado. He went around. The Angels are done here in the second inning, but they strike for a run. The catcher's interference followed by the Valbuena double. 1-0 Halos as we head to the bottom of the second.
WS in that perfect double play turn by Luis Valbuena. How quickly he got rid of that baseball, that exchange. 0.73, and then gets it over quickly to David Fletcher to 0.63 as far as getting that baseball out of the glove and turning a 5-4-3 double play. Textbook, finishing off that inning on one pitch. Double play ball from Richards to Valbuena. To Fletcher over to Albert Pujols.
Richards with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Cruz, Seager, and Healy. Also, Cruz hitting .274, homered last night against Noe Ramirez.
Looked like he went on that one.
Did not go. Home run that Cruz hit off of Noe, the only hit that he had, ended up going 1 for 3. Also drew a walk. Lifted toward shallow right center field. Fletcher going out, but Calhoun calls him off. Well down.
Big out, especially with 2-0 count.
Seager last night with a multi-hit game. 2 RBI double to the first, also picked up a single. Mariner, third baseman, hitting .236. 22 doubles, 15 home runs. He's driven home 51 as that first one's outside. Slightly overcast day, but no threat of rain. 75 degrees at first pitch. 2-0. Out to right field, Cole racing back to the track, and we're tied at 1. Just like that, the Angels lead dissipates with the long ball, 16th of the year for Seager.
You don't even think about it. A lot of career at-bats for Seager against Richards. But that at-bat is 39th. His 11th hit, but that one was his first home run against him. That's a fastball right down the heart of the plate, especially when you're sitting on a fastball in that count. It's a dangerous pitch, and Seager made him pay for it.
Well, we talked about it last night that the majority of the damage for the Mariners against Andrew Heaney early on were the fact that he was pitching from behind. He made the adjustment, was getting ahead, and that's why he sailed through the next 6 innings. Garrett paid for that one. Falling behind 2-0. Falls behind on Healy. 1 ball, no strikes.
And one thing we've seen from Seattle so far in all 3 of these series here, it seems to be every time the Angels scored, Seattle would come right back and score again himself, instead of putting up that shutdown inning.
Healy launches one out to left field. It's 2-1 Seattle.
It's the 6th home run of the season for Healy versus the Angels. And the one thing you try to avoid against Healy is anything on the inner half of the plate. And this is what that pitch was on the inside part of the plate, and he doesn't miss any of them. He's got that hole in his swing on the outside part of the plate, whether it's a fastball or a breaking ball. And anything on the inside part of the plate, he has not missed.
First time this year the Mariners have gone back-to-back. A 1. Gamble That was a foul, no balls, 2 strikes. Gamble has turned his season around, hitting an even .300 now. 9 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, and 9 runs batted in. Back-to-back home runs, 2-1 Seattle here in the second. Strikes out, 2 outs. Again, you can get these guys to swing and miss. Once you get ahead, you can expand the zone on a good chunk of these guys. Segura's probably the toughest, although the Angels pitched him well after his first at-bat last night.
It's a good solid curveball from Richards. You're exactly right, Vickers. They're a team that puts the ball in play consistently. If they've worked ahead of the count, either it's 1-0 or 2-1 even. Look at that lowest swing and miss. That's the 5th lowest of any team as far as swing and miss percentage, because they've been patient enough to get themselves in those good fastball counts. 22.9%.
Over to first base. Pujols has it. 3rd out recorded, but back-to-back home runs for Seattle gives them a 2-1 lead as we head to the 3rd. Down 2-1 as we begin the 3rd. Fletcher, Calhoun, and Simmons, 9-1-2 against Mike Leake. Gave up the unearned run in the 2nd inning, courtesy of the catcher's interference by Chris Herman, the catcher, and then the double by Luis Valbuena. David today getting to start at second base. Ian Kinsler getting the afternoon off. Fletcher was in the leadoff spot last night. At 1 for 4, 317. The big leagues this year. Takes a strike, and it's 0-2.
When you think about with Mike Leake, as far as lowest average fastball velocities towards the bottom in Major League Baseball, there's 89 miles per hour. Lowest fastball percentage is 37.3%, but he throws a lot of strikes and he changes speeds very, very well. So that fastball percentage, 37.3%. Eighth lowest in baseball in that category. Does not throw a lot of them, but he doesn't throw them in the middle part of the plate either.
Fletcher goes down swinging on the breaking ball. 3rd strikeout for Leake, 1 out. Get your run on, experience the excitement of Angels baseball with your group of 20 or more, and get tickets for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or go to angels.com/groups for details. Cole 0 for 1 as he grounded out his first at-bat.
Numbers so far this season against Leak versus his fastball, though he doesn't throw a ton of them. 296 batting average. See Cole much more consistent as far as putting the ball in play. We saw that yesterday, even a double the other way.
Cole out to right. Haniger back a couple of steps. 2 down. Simmons struck out in the first. 3 strikeouts for Leak. No walks.
Certainly not a big strikeout guy when you think about it coming into the game. 66 strikeouts in 107 and 2/3 innings pitched.
Last faced the Angels here on the 12th. 2-0. Leak picked up the win. At 6 innings, gave up a run on 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 3.
Most of the times in these counts, he's either throwing his sinker or his cut fastball.
Out toward left center field, and that's going to split the outfielders. All the way to the wall, 1 hopper. Simmons on his way to second with a 2-out double, and that'll be his 15th of the season.
Yeah, right on cue, he got a sinker down. Track that lower part of the strike zone, like we said, the go-tos, and he lines it into the gap for a double. Continues to put great numbers up against Seattle this season and Leak in his career. Lower part of the strike zone, that sinker, stays back on it and lines it into the gap, giving Trout an opportunity to walk again.
Trout intentionally walked. Wow. And that has obviously become commonplace. 13th intentional walk. Easily leads Major League Baseball.
But for me, Victor, at this early in the game is surprising. Now it's really up to Justin Upton to make a pay for that, because you put yourself in a situation where you had another base runner in the 3rd inning here, to put yourself in a spot where you have a big inning go against you.
Upton popped out to D. Gordon leading off the second. Simmons at second base. Trout at first. Good speed on the bases for the Angels. Down 2-1. Haley will give it a look, but he's clearly going to run out of room. In case you're wondering, Trout's career high as far as intentional walks is 15. He's at 13. Today's July the 4th. Good chance that gets broken, especially considering the Angels play the Mariners
possibly
7 more times after.
Before we leave.
Exactly. Breaking ball over to third. The Angels will leave another scoring position. The struggles for Justin Upton in those situations continue. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. 2-1 Seattle.
On July 4th, 1776, the Second Continental Congress met in Philadelphia to adopt the final version of the Declaration of Independence.
Happy 4th of July. We are in Seattle. Game 2 of this 3-game set. Halos down 2-1 here at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Garrett Richards on the mound, returning off the DL. He'll face 9-1 and 2. Heredia, Gordon, and Segura. And for good measure, Gooby, on 4th of July, had a hot dog.
Yes.
Got to have a hot dog on the 4th of July, especially at a ball game.
I think we might have had one already today, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
No, I'm telling you, I did.
Yes, I did too. It's Breakfast of Champions.
It is the Breakfast of Champions. We've modified those cowboy hats to our liking.
Yes.
Here in the booth. I mean, those are good. Those are fine.
They're okay.
For all that. Oh-2 pitch. Ready to take some breaking ball for a called strike. 3, 1 down. Third strikeout for Garrett.
That's a hat still available.
Gordon.
You would think he's going to try to bunt today, especially with Richards coming back from his hamstring injury. Force him to move around on the mound there, along with Albert Pujols and Luis Valbuena at the corners in the infield.
This is America right here, folks. 4th of July.
Oh, that's outstanding.
At the Angel A.
You look great in there, by the way.
This is the way Lou Piniella used to wear his cowboy hats, too. Good, we got to lean in. The camera's right over there.
Oh, yeah. It's an outstanding look, don't you think?
We put the Angel A on the cowboy hats. It's the little things in life.
Yes.
Gordon 1 for 1 with a single. Cuts through this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Flips this one out to left field. Upton is right there. 2 down. You struggling to put the headset on underneath the hat?
Yeah.
Doesn't quite fit like the snow miser mask.
Yeah. Not quite the same. No. That might have been a more solid look though for me. Hey, whatever it takes to get a couple outs here, quick outs here in this inning.
That's it. That's all that matters. 2-1 Seattle. Segura saw one pitch in the first and grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. It's a pretty good pitch.
Now he's put a very good fastball hitter in a fastball count.
Two-0. 3-0.
Yeah, Segura coming in this game, a .361 hitter versus a fastball.
3-1. Tight. 2-out walk. First free pass issued by Garrett. Now he'll face Haniger with a man on. Got Haniger to cut through a fastball. His first at bat.
Segura, pretty good speed. 14 stolen bases. Been caught 6 times. Richards only allowed 1 stolen baseman. 2 base runners caught stealing against him.
Haniger rolls a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 hits for Seattle, 2 for the Angels. Two-out walk. Segura now with a pretty good sized lead. One and two.
Upper part of the strike zone with a slider. Showed those numbers for the game with Garrett Richards as far as his slider and curveball combination. It's a 117 batting average.
Segura leaning a little bit.
Yeah, you would be probably anticipating a breaking ball here from Richards, so it'd be the right pitch to try to go on. Richards is pretty quick to the plate. Has been throughout his career. Not easy to steal against, but you got to pick the right pitch if you're a base stealer.
Runner goes, throw down by Maldonado on the shortstop side. Segura is gunned down for the 3rd out. 3 complete here in Seattle. Mariners lead it by the score of 2-1. Oh, my A fell. Oh no. Danger, Will Robinson. things off against Mike Leake, who has 3 strikeouts, 1 intentional walk, and 2 hits allowed. Both doubles. Valbuena with an RBI double in the second. Simmons with a 2-out double in the third. Albert lined down to Seager in his first AB. Shoots this one out toward right center field. Haniger giving chase, in with Heredia, and it falls in there. Trickles to the wall. Albert chugging towards second base, and he is safe.
Talked about that arm strength for Heredia out there in the outfield, all the way from the wall.
Tell you what, that's a pretty good blind tag by Segura. Just spins around.
Yeah, got that foot in there. Real good angle here. See the foot stayed on the base. Now officially passes David Ortiz for 10th all alone in the all-time doubles list with 633 of them for Albert Pujols.
So make that 3 doubles now allowed by Leake. This one a leadoff variety. There's Shohei Ohtani. Pulls this one into right field, a base hit. Albert will advance to third. He'll stop there. Shohei gets his first hit off the DL. 2 on, runners at the corners for Luis Valbuena.
And a couple of guys in the lineup today we thought would have pretty good success against Leake, Pujols, Ohtani, and Simmons, all on low pitches. Again, it's the lower part of the strike zone with a sinker. And Ohtani's able to drive that one. Very little as far as the stride, has that foot down and then threw the baseball against Leake for another base hit against him for Ohtani.
Luis a double down the left field line. The second inning, picked up an RBI, is 29. One to one.
Nice play by Alfredo. Remember last time when Ohtani was on first, he was going on the move with Valbuena at the plate. A different situation here with first and third. Valbuena looking for a pitch he can drive in the air.
Two balls, one strike. Angels took that lead in the second inning. Seattle answered right back with back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the second. Seager and Healy. First, Shohei back.
One thing right now for Luis Valbuena, about 25% of the time on a 2-1 pitch with a lefty at the dish, he will throw that changeup, so you have to make sure it's in the strike zone. If he throws that changeup fading it down and away.
Line to left field, a base hit and an RBI. We're tied at 2. Both of Valbuena's hits going the opposite way.
Tell you what, he's had the approach today. That's what he's trying to do. He can still hit the ball out to left field on an away pitch from Leake, but a real good swing again. It's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. A pitch away off the plate, just look and hit the ball that way. Lines it for his second RBI. Single and a double so far for Valbuena against Leake. And a good bat flip to boot.
3 consecutive hits for the Angels here against Leake to open up the 4th. Maldonado showing bunt, takes outside for ball 1.
I think that's the right decision. You got to try to add on here, especially when you have Fletcher on deck who makes consistent contact. the Angels with his 3 sacrifice bunts this entire season, but about Martin Maldonado with 1 of them. Your goal is to try to make the third baseman field the ball.
Stabbing at it, fouls that one off of Herman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maldonado struck out in the 2nd inning. Ohtani at second base, Valbuena at first. Albert leading off this 4th inning with a double to right center. Two and one.
When Leake's trying to elevate a pitch to be able to get Maldonado to pop it up, that's not part of his general game plan. He's generally in the lower part of the strike zone. So to elevate a pitch is difficult for him.
Three and one. And the only one really crashing with Maldonado played his Healy at first base. Seager has stayed home. Not bunting here. Takes a strike. I'm sure I understand.
Yeah, because you know for sure you're getting a fastball. That gives you a better opportunity to get a bunt down. I don't see the Angels running here 3-2 because they can throw the trail runner in Luis Valbuena. And it's very difficult to steal against Leake to begin with. If they are on the move, it's going to be very important that Maldonado makes contact.
They don't go. Maldonado fouls it off. David Fletcher on deck. Leake's ready to go. Maldonado strikes out. 2nd time tonight. 1 out. Runners remain at 1st and 2nd. You cannot understand if you're going to sacrifice for the first 3+ pitches. The sacrifice should remain intact. Unless you're going to start runners and try to maybe create a 3-1 type of hit run situation.
Only when you're facing a pitcher that throws a lot of fastballs. And Leake does not throw a lot of fastballs, so he's going to throw some off speed anyhow. So stay in that same bunting mode. If you're 3-1, yeah, you're thinking you're going to get a fastball, but that's not always the case against Leake. We showed how much, as far as percentage wise, he throws a fastball just 37% of the time. So you're trying to advance some runners, put them in scoring position, especially with the guy at the plate here in David Fletcher who makes contact.
Fletcher struck out of the 3rd. 1-0. Skies this one out to left field. Ben Gamble is there. 2 outs. That would have been your sacrifice fly if the sacrifice had worked. Instead, 1st and 2nd, 2 outs, and it's up to Cole.
Left-handed batters, slightly better success against Leake this season. 260 as compared to 254 for right-handed batters.
Cole, a ground ball to 2nd, a fly ball to right. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're tied at 2 here in the 4th. 1-2. Edgerton Simmons on deck. Cole batting the leadoff spot today. He's opened up with 3 straight hits, but Leake has retired the last 2.
Almost like to think that same approach that Balbuena had against him for Cole. Line that ball the other way. He's trying to stay inside, whether it's cut fastball or slider against him in this at bat.
Two. That would have been the pitch to do it. Punch went the other way. .74 pitches for Leake. Big hole on the left side of the infield. Segura shading up the middle. Gordon out in shallow right. Full count. Runners to get a head start here. Ohtani from second, Balbuena from first.
It's one of those things too now for Shohei Ohtani. Got to make sure Leake throws the ball home. Veteran like that can have that little spin move and spin back and throw it to Segura at second.
Runners go. 3-2. Back toward the middle. Segura can't come up with it. Ohtani will come in to score. 2-out single by Cole Calhoun. Angels have taken a lead back. It's 3-2.
Very clutch single there for Cole Calhoun up the middle. 17th RBI in the season. And not trying to pull the baseball, using a big part of the field. Gets it by Segura for the go-ahead run here.
Call Sim, keep it going.
Shohei Ohtani, who singled in this inning, scores for the 2nd time in this game. Real good swing for Cole. Lines it right back up the middle. And Ohtani scores. 3rd run. The game's 2nd of the inning. Stoudemire Jr., the pitching coach, has done a very good job with this pitching staff this season. Pays a visit to Leake.
17th RBI of the season for Calhoun, and now Andrelton Simmons gets an opportunity. He doubled to the alley in left center field in the 3rd. Breaking ball for a strike. Six hits now for the Angels. 4 in this inning. Ground ball left side. Segura comes up with that ball, spinning away from him. They force out Calhoun for the 3rd out. The Angels retake the lead with a couple of runs on 4 hits. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's a 3-2 Angel lead.
for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Hope you're enjoying your 4th of July as they honor a veteran here every single game. There's today's honoree.
That's so cool.
Halos up 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Haniger, Cruz, and Seager coming up against Garrett Richards. 2 runs that Garrett allowed. Back-to-back home runs in the second. Seager and Healy.
Just got freedom all over the place.
It's got freedom all over the place. He's right.
Yes.
It's a good look. Haniger struck out to end the first. He was at the plate when Segura was gunned down. Finish off the bottom of the 3rd, trying to steal second. So over the 3rd. Valbuena's got it. 1 down.
So far, a pretty solid all-around game for Valbuena. Turned a double play. Nice play on that one. A couple hits, couple RBI.
There's Nelson Cruz. Fly ball to right field leading off to second. Train pulling through the tracks here at Safeco Field. First one off the plate. Halos with 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They've stranded 5. Seattle 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. Left nobody on base. There 1 error on the catcher's interference by Herman. It led to the unearned run in the second inning. 1-1. 1-2. Tendency starting to spike here at Seattle. Team playing as well as they have. 55 and 31 coming into play today. Played a half game back at the Astros in the West.
Played exceptional really at home this season also. That wasn't really the case last year.
29 and 14 at Safeco this year. Cruz pulls a foul.
I think it's that time for that nasty wipeout swing and miss slider here at their fastball in.
One-two. Down goes Cruz. 2 outs. Strikeout number 4 for Garrett.
He at that fastball and was able to go after him with a breaking ball to get that swing and miss. Under control. Late downward action. Tight spin to that pitch.
Kyle Seager homered in the second inning, 16th of the year, 52nd RBI. Takes a strike. Just above the strike zone.
So far so good in this inning. We talked about it in the opening, staying under control, not overthrowing. Pretty good pitch, almost the exact spot where Maldonado wanted that pitch from at 95. And one thing that Mike Scioscia, Charles Nagy, and Garrett Richards talk a lot about is repeatable mechanics for him. It's not easy with his delivery to do so. That's why it's so important for him to stay under control, not overthrowing.
They'll leave it up to count.
Already 28 pitches at 95 or higher as far as velocity on pitches today for Richards. There's 50 pitches overall thrown.
Two on the way. Just got a piece of it.
Good slow curveball.
Ryan Healy, the man on deck. 51 pitches for Garrett. One walk was in the third inning. Full count. Seager strikes out to end the inning. A 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Garrett Richards. 4 complete in Seattle. The Angels lead it 3-2.
For the Kia drive to success. Most home runs in the last 5 seasons. Nelson Cruz at the top of 188. Mike Trout, though, at 4th most at 163. Edwin Encarnacion, who's been consistent, and Stanton with 170 as far as home runs over the last 5 seasons.
Trout, Upton, and Pujols for the Angels here in the 5th. Next pitch will be the 80th thrown by Leak. Trout 0 for 1. Pulls this one down the left field line, and it goes foul. Just out in front of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike was intentionally walked in the 3rd inning, 13th time this season.
Trout trying to tell himself just to stay back a little bit longer. Guessing he's going to get a cut fastball now. Look for him to try to drive that one the right center field out over the plate, see if he gets his barrel on it.
Breaking ball down the line. That's a fair ball. Ricochets off that short wall. It's going to be a double regardless for Trout. 2nd consecutive inning. The Angels have led off the frame with a double.
One for two in the game. Intentional walk his last at bat. 17th double. 44th extra base hit this season for Trout. Just past Seager down the line.
Upton 0 for 2. Popped to second at a fielder's choice. Pulls this one past Seager, but it's foul.
Real close to that line.
Movement now in the Mariners' pen. The Angels opened up that fourth inning with 3 consecutive hits. Lee gave up the 2-out single to Cole. Give the Angels a 3-2 lead before Simmons to bounce into a fielder's choice. Double for Drown, his 17th of the season. 1-1. First man up for Seattle. This will pull to the left side. That's a base hit. Trout had to hold up, wasn't sure if Seager was going to get there. So the Angels today have 4 hits with men in scoring position, 2 of which hadn't scored a run. Otani had one. Pujols advancing to third. Now Upton.
Pitch lower part of the strike zone, gets it in that hole between short and third. Base hit there for Upton with a runner in scoring position. Has to make him feel good with that swing. Now 10 for 26 in his career versus Leake.
Albert 1 for 2. Double to the alley at right center field. His 14th double of the season. Scored one of the 2 runs. Outside.
We'll pitch him away. Remember, Albert got his 3,000th career hit against Leake on a pitch away. A lot of room on that right side of the infield for Pujols now. Doubled his last at bat on a pitch away and drove it to right center field.
Back up the middle. Segura to his left. Not going to get there. An RBI single. 4-2. Heading to third base is Upton. 2-hit game for Albert. Picks up his 46th run batted in.
Good base running too by Upton. Being aggressive, you have to do that to create more opportunities to score. Tell you what, there's been real good at bats against Leake today, not trying to pull the baseball. Looks like Scott Service going to go to the bullpen now.
Scott Service coming out. Pitching change. Back-to-back innings, 3 consecutive hits to start a frame. And Leake will depart. Trailing at 4-2, and he'll depart with a couple of men on base.
at that as far as what you need to be successful against Leak. Track that lower part of the strike zone. So far, so good to be able to knock him out of the game. Ohtani with a base hit. You had Albert Pujols, Anderson Simmons. Luis Valbuena, a real solid approach, is using the whole field, and Albert Pujols with the knockout punch knocks him out of the game with that base hit up the middle on a pitch low. Didn't try to pull it. Let's do it with a clutch RBI single. Halos up 4-2.
Nick Rumbelow takes over on the mound for Mike Leake. This will be his 5th appearance in the big leagues with Seattle this year. Acquired in an offseason deal with the Yankees. No record at 2.08 ERA, 4 1/3. 6 strikeouts, no walks. This pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. He'll face Shohei Ohtani, with Justin Upton standing at third base and Albert Pujols at first.
Yeah, fastball is 91-95. We'll throw a curveball and a changeup. A lot of first pitch fastballs, so if you're Shohei Ohtani, look, first pitch fastball here.
Rumbelow, a Yankees 7th round pick back in 2013 out of LSU. Fastball in. Ohtani on board twice. The first one a catcher's interference and a run scored. The last one single with a run scored in the 4th. 4-2 Halos. We're in the 5th. 1 run in, nobody out.
A lot of times I like to throw a changeup here.
He is straight over the top, isn't he?
That's why his changeup's effective from that arm angle.
Right-hander got into 17 games with the Yankees back in 2015. Two 1. 3-1.
Look at that line in which Upton would be able to score on a sacrifice fly here for Shohei Ohtani, and a good pitch right now to sit on a fastball to try to drive it in the air.
Got that. Full count. Rumbelow had Tommy John surgery 2016. 3-2. This is out toward left. Not very deep. Gamble is there. Upton not going anywhere. Albert's tagging, trying to go to second base. The throw is in time, but double play. Not sure why Albert's trying to go there. You've got runners at the corners with 1 out. Instead, now you got a man at third, 2 outs. Valbuena 2 for 2, a double, single, 2 runs batted in.
Already a big game for Valbuena, looking to drive in another run here.
Two-0 pitch. Upstairs 3-0.
He's going to walk him here at this point.
Second intentional walk of the game. Mariners this season have issued 13 intentional walks.
Long sign from Dina Weeble over to Luis Valbuena. At some point you might see depending on the count here, on Maldonado try to go and then stop and draw a throw to second.
Maldonado for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. No balls and a strike.
That's a pretty good swing there on a fastball down. You're going to get fastball, mainly fastball changeup. He's been good with runners in scoring position. One of the best in baseball, as a matter of fact. 5th best at 368.
Up to the third. Valbuena at first. 0-2.
Is that changeup? I think this is the time now you might see Valbuena on the move. Now, whether they make the throw to second or not remains to be seen. They try to draw that throw.
In and out of the glove. Borderline pitch. 1-2. 9 hits for the Angels, 3 in this 5th inning. 1 run in, 4-2. Halos lead it. On the move, Valbuena will take second base. No throw.
See him looking in to see if he can draw that throw, but does not. Picks up his second stolen base of the season for Luis Valbuena. Especially with this count, you see him stop, trying to draw the throw. At that point, you get into scoring position for a batter that's been very good with runners in scoring position. We just showed 368.
2-2 pitch. Fouled in and out of the glove. Fletcher's on deck. The dirt. Full count.
See the good arm action he has with this changeup. Like you mentioned, Victor, he's right over the top with his fastball. Chances are you're going to have a good changeup like that. That's why you throw a curveball. Very difficult for a pitcher to be able to throw a slider from that arm angle. More to 12-6 break with a curveball.
Payoff pitch. Maldonado hits one out to center field. Already is there. Halos will strand 2 in scoring position. They do add to their lead. It's 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Angels up 4-2 over Seattle here, bottom of the 5th. Now let's take a look at our Carl's Cam replay. We talked about that spin and the break on the curveball today for Garrett Richards. It has been outstanding. His average spin rate, 3,318 RPMs today. The average in Major League Baseball is a little over 2,500. That's how tight that spin has been as far as his spin rate revolutions per minute on his curveball here this afternoon. Outstanding on that breaking ball from Richards. That is amazing though. Average 3,318. The average is 2,502 for Richards. 5 strikeouts in the game.
Here at the bottom of the 5th inning, he'll face Healy, Gamble, and Herman. Garrett's allowed 3 hits, coming off a 1-2-3 4th. 1-1. Healy with a home run in the 2nd inning, 17th of the season.
Say you stay there all day long against Healy. Now you can expand a little bit more so, go further off the outside corner. You don't need to show a fastball in. You have him set up to have him chase a breaking ball off the plate.
Breaking ball rolled down the line, foul. Down goes Healy, 1 out. 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Richards.
And right on cue, that expanding the strike zone off the plate against Healy stayed away throughout this at bat. Time he gets that hard slider well off the outside corner, swing and miss. See how far he missed that as he's pulling off on that pitch. Remember the home run he hit, fastball in.
Ben Gamble struck out in the 2nd. Two down. Six strikeouts overall now for Garrett. This will be his 60th pitch. Scores as far as the American League West is concerned. Oakland and San Diego tied at 2 at the Coliseum in Oakland, top of the 7th. 2-2. Houston will be at Texas in Arlington later on tonight.
That's one of those sliders too, especially a left-handed batter, you're just kind of confused because it almost looks like a split finger fastball. It's that backup slider that Richards will throw.
2-2 pitch. Bouncer toward third. Val Boynton to the backhand, gets rid of it quickly. Low throw. Gamble retired, 2 outs. Hey, join us this Tuesday. Angels taking on these Seattle Mariners. It's a 7:07 start. Fans in attendance receive the awesome Trout shirt, courtesy of SoCal Honda dealers while supplies last. More information, just go to angels.com.
What an awesome shirt that is.
Some would claim that. Awesome. 2 outs, nobody on for Chris Herman. Grounded out in the 2nd. His catcher's interference in the second inning led to the Angels' first run, unearned, against Mike Leake. Leake ended up giving up 4, 3 of which were earned. It was 4+ innings.
Under control, good fastball, lower part of the strike zone at 95 for Richards.
One, two on the way. Kind of slipping out of the hand.
Well, on occasion you'll see that with Richard with his curveball. He has the index finger off the baseball initially before following through.
Down goes Herman. A 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Richards. Back-to-back such innings. 5 complete, 4-2 halos.
Vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., the tempting El Diablo Thick Burger has returned to Carl's Jr. Pick it up before it's gone. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers.
Halos up 4-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Rumbelow came in and got the 3 outs of the 5th. Back out here for the 6th. It'll be Fletcher, Calhoun, and Simmons on this 4th of July. Hope you're enjoying your afternoon, wherever it is that you may be.
Ty Gordon's family, our technical director here for this series, waving. Beautiful day here today, Seattle. Lots of fans here at Safeco. Packed house.
A little over 39,000 this afternoon. Fletcher 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd, a fly ball to left in the 4th inning. Reaching for this one. That's a fair ball inside the bag. Seager couldn't get it. Fletcher on his way to second. Yet another double for the Angels. That's the 3rd consecutive inning that they've opened up with a double.
And knowing the way Seattle comes back late in games is very important to keep adding on here. That's a change-up, stay back on it, and gets it right down the line. Past Seager for another double. Second career double for Fletcher.
Cole 1 for 3, had an RBI single in the 4th inning. Out to deep right center field. That ball is launched. 2-run blast for Cole Calhoun. It is 6-2 Angels.
Boy, and Cole is starting to get locked in. That's a Calhoun, a home run, 2-run home run. 5th season for Cole Calhoun. Talked about that coverage of the plate he has now. The different stance, the hands out over the plate. He does not miss this one. Fastball hard of the plate, 92.
Damn.
And that had to make him feel real good about that swing, especially where he hit that baseball. And that is way out to right center field.
Simmons will bow with nobody on base.
Boy, some real good balance in this lineup here this afternoon. 11 hits.
Guys, this one foul and out of play. Simple 1 for 3 with a double.
Nice play down the line.
Jammed him. Flared out to right center field. Heredia comes in. One down. Bradford getting ready. Trout will bound with nobody on base. 1 for 2. Line ball to center, an intentional walk, a double with a run scored.
See if Trout could sit on a changeup potentially here.
Drives this one out to right field. Haniger back. Playable. Trouts. Out to shallow center field. Heredia comes in for the third out. Fletcher a double to lead things off, and then Cole Calhoun out to deep right center field to extend the Angels' lead to 6-2. 7 Astros are in town. Fans in attendance will get the practical backpack courtesy of the San Diego Zoo Safari Park while supplies last. For more information, just head over to angels.com.
Practical, huh?
Practical, man. Practical.
Did you say practical?
Practical. You talking about practical? 6-2 Halos. Bottom of the 6th inning. There's always time to do an Allen Iverson impersonation.
There's never a bad time to do that.
Heredia struck you out looking in the 3rd inning. 7 strikeouts for Garrett. 1 walk, 3 hits allowed. 2-1.
Almost got him to chase that slider. Going back to that curveball he struck out Herman with last inning. Spin rate of 34-35 on that one.
Dribbler toward 3rd. Valbuena tries the barehand. I think that ball was going foul. That's an impossible play to barehand. Infield base hit for Heredia to start the 6th.
Yeah, down the line, just the only chance you have at all, and that's going to go, probably would go foul. He's used the glove and then quick on the transfer to be able to catch that with the bare hand and throw on one motion, especially with Heredia going down the line. That would be very, very difficult, and it end up being that way.
D. Gordon 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to left. Drag bunt. Richards will field it and messes up the flip. They had the out at first base. 2 have reached to start the 6th inning.
Yeah, we said at some point he was going to test Richards on that one. Garrett got over there quickly enough to be able to make the play. This situation, just think in terms of you need outs at this point of the game. He was already looking up before he was able to get that in the glove and make the throw to first base. See, looking up, he's got time. Because he got off the mound pretty quickly.
On this Independence Day, USAA honors those who have served and all of our service members at home and abroad. Goes to a sacrifice and an error on Garrett Richards. Two on, nobody out. Gene Segura at the plate. He hit into a double play in the 1st inning, walked into 3rd, was thrown out trying to steal 2nd. Bedrosian getting ready for the Angels. Segura was trying to punch it the other way. Mitch Haniger on deck. Tough part of the order for Seattle. Nobody out. 1-1. 1-2.
Remember that first at bat got scored, hit into a double play. Very solid and consistent as far as the pitch count this afternoon for Richards. He's got 9 double plays turned behind him this season. Good block on that pitch, well out in front of the plate.
Two balls, two strikes. Nobody out. One more tomorrow here in Seattle. It's a night game tomorrow. The Angels get the early morning arrival Friday morning. They'll take on the Dodgers at the Big A Friday night.
The fastball, when you think about it, Segura, with his batting average versus a fastball this season, he's one of the tops as far as hitting a fastball. 361 batting average, 8th best in the majors. When after with the fastball there, this might be a time to throw either a curveball or slider.
A protect mode
slider, yes.
Protect mode swing too.
And that slider backed up, almost like we talked about, almost looks like a split finger fastball.
Good speed on the bases. Heredia at second, Gordon the trail runner at first. Got him. Big strikeout.
That's two types of sliders he threw in that last two against Segura. The one that backed up, and then that one going down and away to get a swing and miss. A perfect pitch for Richards. Stayed within himself, did not overthrow it, and gets a huge strikeout.
You surprised he's coming out here?
Yeah, especially when when you think about his ability to get another swing and miss against Haniger or a ground ball double play.
Haniger 0 for 2 on the evening or afternoon against Richards, so he departs after 80 pitches. We're in the 6th inning with 1 out. Camper Trojans coming on. Halos up 6-2.
Southern California Toyota dealers, by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball, and by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love.
Halos up 6-2 with 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Those burgers look good on this 4th of July. Nice.
Yeah, I'm fairly hungry right now after seeing that.
Double helping of heart attack.
Yes.
Oh, so good. Warm summer afternoon. Cam Bedrosian takes over here. 41st appearance, 3-1 with a 3.38 ERA. 31 strikeouts in 37 and a third innings. He takes over with 2 men on. Mitch Haniger at the plate. Two balls, no strikes. Haniger 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
That's the type of swings you're going to get. Yep. When you're four, especially when you look at who's on deck, Nelson Cruz. Haniger getting a fastball. He had a good swing at that 2-0 fastball.
Two 1. 2-2. Good breaking ball. Nelson Cruz on deck. Big batter here. Haniger. Cruz held hitless through his first 2 at-bats. Full count. Halos with 11 hits so far. Seattle with 4, 2 of which have been home runs. Seager and Healy going back to back. 3-2. Struck him out. Breaking ball, 2 outs.
Real good under control breaking ball from Cam Bedrosian on that one. Still some work to do here with a very dangerous hitter. He's had a lot of success in his career versus the Angels. Solid breaking ball, good curveball from Cam. Second time Haniger has struck out on a breaking ball this afternoon. Once against Richards, once against Bedrosian.
Richards 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 of which were the home runs, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. These are his base runners. At this point, he's allowed 2 earned runs. We're talking about Garrett. Ball and strike. The difference in Cam's breaking ball is not trying to throw it as hard as possible, so there's enough of a differential between that and the fastball. The guys are way out in front. Even Haniger, the one swung and missed on, was not even a strike. Fastball missing in the strike zone. 2-1.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pitch, especially upper part of the zone.
95 and 82, the differential. Seager on deck. flare out to right field, a base hit. Herrera is being waved around. He's going to score. The throw goes to Simmons. RBI single, 6-3 Angels.
I think Cole was thinking in terms he might have a play at the plate, but once that baseball checked up on the grass and bounced away from him, wise decision to get that in quickly and then prevent two runners from advancing into scoring position. It's a pretty good curveball, went down and got it and just flared it in the right field for Cruz, picking up his 53rd RBI. You see how that checked and went away from him. He was trying to get himself a good throwing position, potentially at the plate.
Gordon at second now. Seager 1 for 2.
Now that's a dangerous spot there. Curveball, sometimes you want to throw that get over first pitch for a strike. But Seager has been aggressive throughout this series and throughout the season against the Angels on the very first pitch.
Here's the 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes. Halos in the 7th, have Pujols, Ohtani, and Valbuena coming up. Jose Alvarez getting ready now in the Angels' pen. 0-2 pitch. Seager pulls a foul and back to the breaking ball.
One thing about that breaking ball, if it took a little bit too much to the plate, especially ahead 0-2, you have to trust Maldonado will keep that in front if you get Seager to chase it out of the strike zone.
There's Jose. Fouled off the mitt. James Pazos, the lefty. Looks like he'll pitch the 7th. Rumbelo's gone the last 2. Cam ready. Another 0-2. Check swing. They wanted appeal. He went around. Seager goes down swinging. Mariners get 1. We'll head to the 7th. Halos leading at 6-3.
back on this date. 1983, Dave Righetti with Wade Box at the plate. Righetti, the swing and miss, a no-hitter on 4th of July against the Red Sox to boot for Dave Righetti. Others do so. Hooks Wiltsey did in 2008. George Mullen back in 2012 on the 4th of July.
And if I'm not mistaken, the late, great Mel Allen on the call for the New York Yankees, calling that no-no.
How about that pitch?
How about that?
Dave Righetti, he was a solid pitching coach for a lot of years for the San Francisco Giants. 3 world championships as a pitching coach there.
Now he's on their front office.
Yes.
Chase Bradford takes over. 29th game. He's 5-0 with a 2.81 ERA, 26 strikeouts, 7 walks, 32 innings. Albert to lead things off. Otani to follow, then Valbuena. Pujols 2 for 3, double and a single. It's a breaking ball for a strike. A 1 pitch. Pops it up. Furman's got a play near the screen, and he clanks it off his glove and it goes into the camera well. Looked like he had a play. Couldn't come up with it.
And we get back to the wall, and just as he was getting there to get that foul ball in play, unable to control it, and slams into the wall. He's going to go old school. Gump Worsley going in there with no mask.
Tell the real men back in the day used to do it, Gooby. Masks were overrated.
You imagine being a goalie in hockey without a mask? That would have been a lot of fun.
Be like going into the octagon now.
Yeah, good point.
One, 2 to Albert. There's a foul. Weevil unable to make the play.
Yeah, you can see he's always getting some kind of grief about that.
Pujols slips one down the line. Long run for Haniger. And did he come up with it? No. Again, he bangs into a wall second time this afternoon. He's done that.
Second time Albert's been given new life in this at bat. Just off the wall and then off the body. And then slams into the wall.
Slider misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Grounds this one left side. Segura, shallow left, has it. And down. Shohei 1 for 2. Single and a fly ball to left. Three infielders on the right side. Show at the plate.
Back to my Hyundai key for this game. We talked about reach down, especially against Mike Leake. Had a good approach throughout the game for everybody in this lineup. Picked up 11 hits.
Pulled down the line. Healy could not make the play on it. Ricochets down into shallow right. And yet another double for the Angels. Two-hit game for Shohei.
Good to see that from Shohei Ohtani. Already 2 runs scored also. Talked about him in the pregame show as far as getting his timing together. Looks like he's got it working now today. Fastball in the inner part of the plate. Hooks it right down the line by Healy at first base. That hop gets it over the glove and down in the corner for a double.
12th hit of the afternoon for the Angels. 6 of them have been doubles. Valbuena has one of those doubles. On board 3 times, double single, intentional walk, 2 RBIs and a stolen base.
Pretty good hits at drive there, 92 inner half of the plate.
To right. Didn't get all of it. Haniger's there. Shohei back to tag. He'll head to third with 2 outs. Just down in front of it enough.
Still no pretty good swing there for Valbuena. What a solid game he has had swinging the bat.
Martin Maldonado 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to center. Oh, 1. No balls, 2 strikes.
That slider 0-1. Over half the time we'll throw a slider again 0-2. Trying to punch that ball the right side of the field here if you're Maldonado on a slider away.
Pitch him outside. 0-2. Breaking ball rolls over this one to third. Seager's got it. The Angels will leave that 1 out. Double in scoring position. Stretch time here in Seattle. The Angels maintain a 6-3 lead. And on this 4th of July, we're going to turn things over to Tom Hutler, PA announcer here at Safeco.
Before we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" here on this 4th of July, we ask you to please rise and direct your attention to the area behind home plate. To present God Bless America, please welcome from the United States Air Force Reserve, Technical Sergeant Freddie Garza, Jr.
God bless America, land that I love. stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Of July, we celebrate America. One of America's most iconic treasures, the Liberty Bell rang in 1776 to call all citizens for the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence.
Welcome back out here on this 4th of July. The Angels with a 6-3 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jose Alvarez takes over on the mound for Cam Bedrosian. Alvarez making his 43rd appearance of the season. 3-3 with a 2.95 ERA. Healy, Gamble, and Herman due up for Seattle. The first one's up and away. Bedrosian goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up a hit, strikes out 2, allows no runs. The run that came across in the 6th inning on that Nelson Cruz RBI single was unearned because of the error by Richards. Healy lines one out to center field. Here comes Troutman, and he's going to play down the hop. Lead-off single to start the 7th.
Ryan Healy, 433 versus the Angels this season. Started off very hot as far as the batting average against the Angels when he's a member of Oakland, then started to struggle a little bit when they got him to chase pitches out of the strike zone, especially down and away.
Then Gamble 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground ball to third. Good breaking ball. the right field line. This one hooks foul. 1-2.
A 179 versus left-handed pitching. This season means he's susceptible to a break a ball away.
Way outside, full count. Leadoff single for Healy is at first. Fouls it back. Now the payoff and a walk. So the first two have reached to start the seventh. Single and a walk. Mike Zunino is going to pinch hit for Herman now.
As soon as he's announced, Mike Scioscia more likely there to see that move. Robles will be coming in the game now.
Pitching change now. Jose departs after allowing the first two to reach. Halos leading at 6-3.
West is brought to you by the Pacific Surfliner. The Surfliner series between the Angels and the Padres is coming up in San Diego August 13th through the 15th. Book your train tickets now on PacificSurfliner.com.
Angels on top 6-3 here in the seventh, but Seattle has had their first two batters reach against Jose Alvarez. Mike Scioscia comes out, makes a move. Hansel Robles takes over on the mound. This will be his sixth appearance since joining the Angels. He's 0-1 with a 6.23 ERA, having allowed 3 runs on 6 hits in his 4 1/3. He does have 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. It'll be Mike Zunino, the pinch hitter. With 2 men on, he represents the tying run. 185 batting average with 12 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He's 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter this season.
He's rolled into 6 double plays also.
Two balls, no strikes.
'85 strikeouts and 200 official at-bats for Zunino. Now in a very good fastball count, 2-0.
Two-one to Zunino. This is low, going to be 7, 3-1. Haley at second, Gamble at first, and a walk, loads him up. Denard Span's going to pinch hit for Heredia, who finishes the game going 1 for 2. Span, the starting left fielder last night for Seattle, had a 1 for 4 game. This is his 29th game since coming over from Tampa Bay. Under trade, along with Alex Colomé. He's hit .290 in that stretch with Seattle with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter this season, 4 for 6 overall. 4 runs batted in. Visit to the mound by Nagy. I'm not sure what else Charles could tell him other than you kind of have to throw strikes. Tying runs now on base. Nobody out. Alvarez gave up a leadoff single. Walk, Gamble. Robles comes in. Walks the 185 hitting Mike Zunino to load him up. First one. Span fouls it back. Got Martin, and hopefully he's all right.
Fastball right off the forearm, left forearm and bicep area.
Oh, 1. 0-2. Top of the order, Dean Gordon on deck. Another arm up once again in the Angels bullpen. 0-2 now. Way outside. 0-2. Justin Anderson is up. 1-2. Span takes low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He was able to get the lower part of the strike zone. And he does get the bottom part of the strike zone.
Bases loaded, 2-2 count, nobody out. Foul. Went down and got a breaking ball. Oakland picked up the W against San Diego Padres today.
They are now 9 games over 500.
7-game winning streak. Mariners have won 8 straight. Got him swinging. Good fastball. 1 down.
Good movement on that fastball at 97. It starts in the middle of the plate and works its way to the outside corner to get a swing and miss. A huge strikeout for Robles.
D Gordon 1 for 3. Single back in the first inning. Just that high fastball, no balls and a strike.
Gordon has hit into 5 double plays this season, and the Angels have turned 4 against them.
Looked like he went around 0-2.
See if he went. Yep. Question.
Gene Segura on deck. 0-2 now to Gordon. He got out of the breaking ball. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs. Still work to be done with a very good hitter in Segura coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far this afternoon with a walk.
Especially when you see a hitter go after the pitch before, you got to go to the exact same spot, and he did. And another swing and miss from D. Gordon.
Segura at the start of the day tied with Jose Altuve for second best batting average in the American League. At 334. Double play ball in the first, a walk in the third, a strikeout in the sixth. Force out at any base. Flare to center field, glove by David Fletcher at the last second. Robs Segura of a 2 RBI single.
He's going to get a high five from one of the best defenders in all of baseball, Anthony Simmons. He appreciates that athletic skills. For David Fletcher, how he got back to this baseball to make this play. Wow. Potential game saver on that one.
broken bat bloop. Gene Segura robbing him of 2 RBIs and keep it a 3-run lead for the Angels.
That's just an absolutely amazing play to go back on that baseball. The route he took off the bat, thought for sure they had a chance of falling in. But it's all about the extension and the jump by David Fletcher at the end of that glove. What a play with the bases loaded. Outstanding defensive play by David Fletcher. And of course, he would be leading off this inning.
Yep. That's how we planned it. Nick Vincent takes over on the mound for Chase Bradford. Bradford goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, nothing else. Vincent pitching in his 30th game, 3-1 record, and a 4.26 ERA.
What a job by Robles on that one too. 2 strikeouts and gets that outstanding defensive play. No damage done in that inning.
Fletcher 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. One and 2. Angels get out of a bases loaded, no out situation. Do so unscathed. Look at the changes. Haniger moves over to center, gambles it right with Span taking over and left. 1-2. Bounce back. Zanito behind the plate.
Well, we talked about the energy that he brings to this team. What an incredible defensive play also.
Two.
Always a tough at bat for Fletcher. Real good plate coverage.
Popped him up. Haley drifting back on it. Makes the play, 1 down. Stay tuned to our Angels Live postgame show for the Auto Nation Business of Sports. Auto Nation, low price, no pressure, guaranteed.
Cole Calhoun with a solid game this afternoon. Homer in his last at bat. 4th Angel ever to homer on 4th of July in 2 straight seasons. Torrey Hunter, Lee Thomas, and the late great Don Baylor.
Cole 2 for 4. 3 runs batted in. Homered his last time up. That was in the 6th. 5th of the year. Now the season with 19 runs batted in. It's jammed. Flares went out to right field. Lee Gordon has to go out. Gamble coming in, and it falls in there for a base hit. So a 3-hit game. That's Ben Gamble's ball all the way. When that ball gets that far out to shallow right, you got to take charge as an outfielder. Cole will take it.
3-hit game for Cole. And making that switch over from left to right for Gamble, but still a play was coming in on that. Last second, he looks over at D. Gordon. D. Gordon's got to go a long, long way. He's waiting to be called off on that one. Chance to put a hit and run on now.
Andrelton Simmons, a 1 for 4 game, doubled in the 3rd. Vincent certainly was not happy as he watched that ball drop in shallow right. Most pitchers aren't overly thrilled when that occurs. Right, Gooby?
I don't remember.
You misremembered again?
Yes, I misremembered that.
It's up and in. Hate it when that happens. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trout on deck. New look lineup for Mike Scioscia this afternoon. With Simmons in the 2 spot. Trout 3 up, and 4 Pujols dropping down to the 5 hole for the first time since 2001. 1-1. Ground ball to short, off of Segura and into shallow left center field. Calhoun will take third. That'll be an error on Gene Segura. That's his 10th of the season. That looked like a tailor-made double play, and you're out of the inning.
That ball was hit hard enough. You're going to get a real good chance. Now you got Trout up here with a chance to drive in a run. I think it's a chance to swing the bat. Yeah, that's going to be a double play ball. That was hit hard by Simmons. Exit velocity off the bat by Anderson Simmons, 104 miles per hour. So you're going to get a double play turn more than likely. Instead,
they're going to intentionally walk Trout again.
There's an open base, and that be in second.
Yep. So they're loaded up with 1 out. Second intentional walk for Trout, 14th of the season now, 1 shy of his career high.
Even the fans here at the stadium were booing also.
Well, this happened back into 3rd inning. They intentionally walked Trout. Upton eventually hit into a fielder's choice that ended the inning. This has happened a couple of times already this year. 13 plate appearances now for Upton right after a Trout intentional walk. He's 2 for 11 in those situations. He's got him loaded. First one's inside.
7 career grand slams for Justin Upton. Boy, so often we talk about momentum changers. For Robas to get through that inning with back-to-back strikeouts and then a nice defensive play by Fletcher, no damage done. See the offense come right back. With a little help from Seattle, a chance to add on here.
One, two. Upton bounces it foul. Calhoun at 3rd. Simmons over at 2nd base. Trout at 1st.
Go back to that play by Fletcher. That was outstanding. Keeps trying to elevate pitches against Upton, which is what you want as a hitter, to hit something in the air deep enough to get the run home.
1-2 again. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pujols on deck. Interesting inning that really Vincent should be out of it. The single by Calhoun should have been caught. Ground ball by Segura. Bobbled. It should have been a double play ball. And an intentional walk to Trout. 2-2. Fouls it back. Another 2-2 from Vincent. Slow roller right side. Healy comes in. His only place to 1st. And they get the out. The run comes in. It's 7-3. Runners at second and third now with 2 outs. So Upton puts the ball in play at least. Gets the RBI. Second and third for Albert.
Went into Simmons really had to slam on the brake as he went around third base too. And he kind of have a bobble at the bag. He was going to try to score. You worry about that because of the ankle injury a little while back.
Albert 2 for 4 with a double and a singles. Picked up an RBI as well. 46th of the year. Two. Albert shoots one back toward the middle. Gordon is there to rob Pujols of a base hit. The Angels out a run. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-3 Halos. The 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Ballot now open exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Angels are represented on this year's squad by voting at angels.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th live on Fox. Andrelton Simmons currently not in the top 5, so more than likely will not get in via fan balloting. Still an outside shot as the player balloting, but difficult considering you've got Lindor, Machado leading the way at shortstop. Then you've got Correa in the number 3 spot, Didi Gregorius, and then Gene Segura rounding out that top 5. Justin Anderson comes on for the 30th time this year. Here at the bottom of the 8th, he's going to face 3, 4, and 5. Haniger, Cruz, and Seager. Mike Trout currently second in the outfield in the American League. First pitch, fastball ripped out to left center field. It's a base hit. Trout cuts it off. Haniger's going to try to get to second, and he is in there with a leadoff double. 16th double of the season for Haniger, the leadoff man on board for Seattle.
Fastball down the heart of the plate. Haniger, generally we say likes to go inside out. Turns on that one. Left center field, picks up a double. 16th of the season.
Overthrown slider in the dirt, somehow knocked down by Maldonado.
Tyler Skaggs next to Andrew Heaney was originally scheduled to start tomorrow, put on the disabled list.
Jaime Barria will get that start instead. 1-0. 2-0. Nelson Cruz with an RBI single in the 6th inning. Overthrown fastball, wild pitch, and Haniger will take third.
Fastball well out of the strike zone. Left-handed batter's box. Going to slow down delivery for Justin Anderson. It's a good idea to take that deep breath behind the mound.
He'll be hacking 3-0 if it's in there. Decided not to. 3-1.
Surprising, especially in an RBI situation like that.
I think because Justin's been somewhat wild.
Yes.
Not sure where that fastball's going to go. That'll do that sometimes to hitters.
Oh, yes. Imagine he goes slider here.
Good fastball.
See, that's one of those things we talk about often, where you take a fastball right down the middle of the plate, you can almost guarantee the hitter, especially a run producer, swinging at the next pitch. That's not even close to the strike zone.
Ever. It's not in the strike zone, even out of the hand. That's one of those, I am swinging.
I'm so mad I took that 3-0 fastball.
Kyle Seager on deck, leadoff double by Haniger, moved to third on the wild pitch. Bounce foul. By the way, that was the 50th wild pitch the Angels staff has delivered on the season. Got him. Breaking ball. One down.
Big out for Anderson after the fastball, fouled it back, came with a slider, swing and miss, under control.
Kyle Seager, a 1-for-3 game. He homered in the second. He has struck out the last 2 times up.
Looks like he went on that one also.
0-1. Two.
98-mile-an-hour fastball. Once Justin Anderson starts gaining trust in his fastball, he's got a chance to get a ton of strikeouts coming out of the bullpen.
1 ball, 2 strikes. It's one way to move someone's feet.
Especially at 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Sitting in the on-deck circle, saw a couple pitches well out of the strike zone. Then you see that up and in fastball.
Haniger still over at third base. 1 out. 7-3 Angels. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Out to center field, not hit very deep. Here comes Trout, and it falls in there. I'm surprised he didn't try for it with a 4-run lead. Run's going to score regardless. It's a base hit with an RBI. With 1 out and a man on, here comes Ryan Healy.
Playing deep. Coming in on the baseball. Thought about coming in and sliding in on that one. He's been so good as far as his route efficiency this season.
I think in a tight game, I get it.
Yes.
You don't want the ball to get behind you and add another man in scoring position. Healy bats, takes a strike.
Now you get the situation right now, ground ball, double play. You're up by 3 going into the top of the 9th inning. It slides in, unable to make the play. Then all of a sudden, Seager's in scoring position.
The ball is 2 strikes on Healy. Multi-hit game with a single and a home run. That goes Healy.
Real good pitches in that entire sequence against Healy. Make a ball down and away, unable to make contact. You see how he's looking on the middle in.
Ben Gamble 0 for 2 with a walk.
You never know if you're Luis Valbuena. You can still push a bunt down that third baseline, knowing they need some base runners.
Mariners have struck out 14 times this afternoon.
For a team that generally doesn't swing and miss.
Gamble takes a breaking ball for a strike. Much more under control over the last couple of batters with the breaking ball, not trying to overthrow it. One or two.
Not a bad decision to see if he would chase out of the strike zone, especially since he's shown he could throw for a strike.
One, two. Halos in the 9th of Otani, Valbuena, and Maldonado coming up. Lifted out to left, slicing away from up to toward the seats and out of play. Thirteen hits for the Angels, 8 for Seattle. Overthrown out in front of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Halos with a run in the second, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, and 1 in the eighth. Seattle with 2 in the second on back-to-back home runs. 1 in the sixth and 1 so far here in the eighth inning. Seager with the RBI single. Count. Seager gets a head start now with 2 outs. Zunino on deck. .23 pitch inning thus far for Justin Anderson. Seager goes 3-2, called strike, 3 down goes Gamble. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Anderson, allows a run, and we will head to the ninth with the Angels up 7-4.
Yeah, that got a lot of the lower part of the strike zone. Sharp break to that slider. Finish off the inning. Halos up.
Jose Mota will join myself. We'll break down all the action here on the 4th of July. Well, I stepped off campus. Don't worry, guys. I'm watching the game on the Fox Sports Go app. But Victor and Mark, being the character that I am, I always wanted a caricature of myself. So tell me, how do I look? And be truthful.
Well, Patty, you look a little bloated around the cheeks. A little puffy.
You look fantastic there. Patty-O.
Patty-O.
Look like your character in Die Hard 2.
Yeah, who died hard.
Yes.
Roenis Elias, the Cuban left-hander, takes over on the mound. This will be his 6th game. He's originally with the Seattle Mariners. He's bounced around, now back from the Boston Red Sox. He'll face Ohtani to lead things off here in the ninth. Valbuena and then Maldonado. Lefty, lefty, righty. Shohei with a couple of hits, single, double, fly ball left, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Two balls, no strikes.
Curious to see what Mike Sush does with the lineup tomorrow with a lefty on the mound.
the shift. It's Gordon. One down. Blake Parker getting ready. He'll pitch the ninth. Someone pointed out it's 7-4 on July the 4th.
Good information right there.
It wasn't me, it's someone on Twitter. Biden takes a breaking ball for a strike. Luis with a double single and a walk, 2 RBIs. Punches this on the left side. Seager has it going to his left. Trying to pick up his 3rd hit going the opposite way. 2 outs. Brings up Maldonado. Hey, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Maldonado 0 for 4 so far. Seattle, in their half of the 9th inning, will have Zunino, Span, and Gordon. That's 8, 9, and 1. Garrett Richards off the DL today. 3 runs, 2 earned, and 5 1/3. 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. That has been Bedrosian, Alvarez, Robles, Anderson, then Parker in the 9th. Three-1. Maldonado hits one out toward left field. Not very deep. Span has to come in on it. We get to the bottom of the 9th inning. Angels trying to even up the series at a game apiece. It's a 7-4 Halo lead. France against Uruguay, then Neymar and Brazil battle Belgium. The World Cup quarterfinals starting at 6 a.m. Pacific on FS1. or stream all the action live on the Fox Sports app. It's a 7-4 Angels lead here in the 9th inning. Blake Parker is on the mound to try to close it out. For Blake, it'll be his 40th appearance of the season. 1-1 with a 3.12 ERA. 9 saves recorded on the year. 47 strikeouts at 40+ innings. And it'll be Mike Zunino, the first batter that he faces. Zunino came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning, walked and was stranded. Two and 0. Denard Span on deck, then D. Gordon. 2-1.
Angels with 15 strikeouts versus Seattle. First time ever in this ballpark for the Angels to have 15 strikeouts against the Mariners.
Zunino pulls one to left field, a lead-off single. The Mariners had plenty of traffic over the last several innings, Gooey. Fortunately, Angels bullpen's been able to get out of it.
Really, and a couple of really good defensive plays, including one by David Fletcher.
Denard Span struck out as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Came up with the bases loaded, nobody out. Valbuena in on the grass at 3rd. Pujols playing behind Zunino at 1st. 0-1. Two and 1. Leadoff single for Mike Zunino. He's over at first base. The 9th hit for Seattle.
Spotted that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Trying to pick up that first out of the inning here.
2-2 to Span. Flips this one past Anderson Simmons into the alley in left center field. Turning and heading to third is Zunino. Span's on his way to second. The throw is not in time. Second and third, but nobody out here to start the ninth for Seattle.
Went back to another fastball again. A good piece of hitting by Span just over the head. Hamilton Simmons.
Now you've got the top of the order coming up. Gordon, Segura, Haniger. The Angels will start to get some action going in their bullpen. Parker already the fifth man to come into the game in place of Garrett Richards. Almonte was called up yesterday. Tries to loosen it. D. Gordon 1 for 3. 1-0. Mariners did not leave a base runner through the first 5 innings. Mostly, all of that was Garrett Richards. They've stranded 6 of the last 3 innings. They've got 2 on with nobody out to start the bottom of the ninth. Gordon with a slap one. Does so into the seats, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. This one down toward left center field, slicing away from Trout. He'll make the catch. Tagging and staying at third is Zunino. So they don't even get a run out of it. 1 out.
That's a huge out, and with no runs scored. It looked like Trout was conceding that and making that throw towards third base. Instead, Zunino stays right at third. Good play by Trout. Again, it's one of those situations where that run doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot for you. You got to get a couple runs scored. You don't want to take that chance. Trout, nice play out in center.
Gene Segura at the plate. Reaching forward, rolls it foul. Segura was pretty sure of himself in the 7th inning with the bases loaded. Little flare out the shallow center field. Thought he would pick up 2 runs, batted in. Instead, David Fletcher robbing him of that hit and RBIs. It was the 3rd out of the 7th inning. Oh, 2. Zunino over at third. Span at second. Haniger, the man on deck. 2 bouncer over to first. Pujols is coming home. The throw and the tag. 2 outs. Why not just take the out at first? Who cares about that run? That's a dangerous play.
I think part of it is because Albert was far off the base and Parker was not covering. See how far Albert's off the bag here.
But it's right at him, though. He easily can get to first base there.
I think Albert, in his mind right there, felt that he might not be able to get there in time. Makes a good throw to the plate to be able to get Zunino, who basically thought it was going to be a play at first base, didn't come in there quickly. The tag out at home.
Fielder's choice. Runners at the corners. Here's Haniger. Haniger 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored in the 8th. Segura will take second. Indifference. Albert was not holding him on. Ground ball to third base should do it. Valbuena across the diamond. Like that, baby. That was the Angels snap the Mariners' 8-game win streak. They pick up the victory this afternoon, 7 for the final.
Tell you what, some impressive defensive plays to go along with 13 hits in the game for the Angels today with 7 runs scored. Cole Calhoun with an outstanding game here today. As the Angels pick up the W here on 4th of July. Garrett Richards picks up his first victory since coming back from the disabled list. An outstanding defensive play by David Fletcher. Also, our Land Rover above and beyond player of the game, no questioning that one. Cole Calhoun, back-to-back seasons where he's homered on the 4th of July. His 3rd career home run on the 4th. 3-hit game. Cole Calhoun is really starting to swing the bat very, very well as the Angels win 7-4 today.
Could be another nugget for you. The Angels have never won a 7-4 victory on July the 4th.
Huh,
First time ever. How about that?
I like it.
Aren't you glad we got the research on that?
Yes, I'm very glad.
Garrett Richards comes off the disabled list and really pitched well. Made the 2 mistakes in that second inning, the back-to-back home runs.
Tell you what, I was impressed by him, though. His spin rate on his curveball alone was worth the conversation.
A nice afternoon by Cole Calhoun, as you mentioned, over all the offense. Even Shohei Ohtani with a couple of hits today. Ended up scoring a couple of times. The first time on that catcher's interference, eventually scoring on the Valbuena double, but it was Calhoun who had the monster game. Let's go down to Jose Mota. Jose.
Thanks, Victor. Well, you know, the injuries do keep coming for this team, but how about now the injection you get from Garrett Richards and Shohei Ohtani contributing right away?
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Anytime you can get Garrett back on the mound and throw the ball like he does, and Ohtani swing the bat like he does, you know, definitely going to boost the offense, boost the pitching staff, so it's nice.
Talk about offense. Your adjustment, more athletic in the batter's box. What has that done, seeing the ball, using the big field, and staying on the ball a little bit longer?
Just kind of giving me more of a chance, I think. So gonna take it while I can. Swing the bat pretty well, put a couple good swings on some pitches today, so anything we can do to help team win.
How do you like the look of the lineup with more opportunities for many guys to hit with runners on?
It's nice, definitely nice. Liked walking into the park today and seeing that lineup, and you know, it makes it interesting. So hopefully stick with it and keep this offense rolling like it is.
So many people recognize you and name you and label you as a gamer. How big is David Fletcher right now for this ball club?
Huge, best player on the planet. he's great. He's been you know, just kind of a breath of fresh air, I'd say, going out there and competing and playing and having fun doing it. It's awesome to watch.
Rojo, happy 4th.
All right, happy 4th.
And for the Angels, Cole Calhoun goes way back, deep to center field. Angels Live presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers coming up. Patrick O'Neill joining us on the field here from Safeco.